Hello, friends. Welcome to a very special Valentine's Day edition of Carnage Review. My name is Eric, and today I will be taking a look at a very special Valentine's Day horror film with a very special person, my girlfriend Melanie. And the film we'll be looking at is My Bloody Valentine.
It happened once. It happened twice. Cancel the dancer, it'll happen thrice.
In the town of Valentine Bluffs, there are many ways to die. Take your pick. My Bloody Valentine. Rated R.
My Bloody Valentine was released in 1981, and it's a Canadian slasher film directed by George Malika. It stars Paul Kelman, Laurie Haler, and Neil Affleck, and as far as I can tell, there is no relation to Ben Affleck. 9 minutes of gore footage was cut by the MPAA to receive an R rating. This to note that the version that we'll be watching is the director's cut, the unrated version, which I believe contains 3 minutes of additional gore. I don't think it's the full amount of stuff that was originally cut, but I think it's just what they were able to get. So this is the unrated version that we'll be looking at, not the butchered version that the MPAA dickheads messed around with. And also to note, in 2009, Lionsgate did do a remake of this film, which was kind of meh. It wasn't terrible, but I remember watching it and thinking that, this isn't that great. My Bloody Valentine tells the tale of a small Canadian mining town called Valentine's Bluff. A group of kids, or young adults, however you want to look at it, are trying to reinstate a traditional Valentine's Day dance that was suspended due to a horrible accident that occurred 20 years earlier. Harry Warden, along with other miner workers, were working in a tunnel when it collapsed due to an explosion. Harry was the only survivor and was driven mad, having to resort to cannibalism to survive. Harry went on a killing spree and warned the town to never hold another Valentine's Day dance ever again. With word going around that another dance will be occurring, the bodies began to pile up. Is Harry back, or is someone else causing the bloodshed? All right, so I'm here with my very lovely girlfriend, Melanie, and as I said, we're reviewing My Bloody Valentine. So, what did you think of the movie?
I liked it. I am a sucker, though, for those 80s slasher movies.
Yeah, I know you are. I figured you might like this when I showed it to you.
Yeah. It's very cheesy, and that's what I like.
Yeah, me too. So I have a question. At the beginning of the movie, when the killer is with the prostitute, at least I think she's a prostitute, and she has the heart tattoo. Like, how long did it take him to find a prostitute that had a heart tattoo? Do you think he had tryouts, or do you think it was his requirements?
I didn't even think about her being a prostitute. I just thought she was some random chick that wanted to hook up. I don't know.
I just assumed she was a prostitute, but maybe you're right. But did he find? It could have been though, because maybe it was just some woman he knew that had a heart tattoo.
Could be.
He knew it would trigger him.
Could be, or could have been a prostitute. You could have been right. I don't know.
What was your favorite kill?
I liked the hot dog scene.
Oh yeah.
The hot dog scene was the best for me.
Yeah. I think I liked the shower scene when that girl was they're in the mining. I don't know if it's like a shower room or whatever, where all the uniforms are, and the killer puts her head right into the shower faucet, and the water's running through it. That looks pretty cool.
Yeah. I also like the laundromat with the dryer with the old lady.
Yeah, that's funny too. Yeah. Those guys, the sheriff and the mayor, they're my favorite characters. Just the way they react to things. And
they're very overdramatic.
the scene when when the mayor gets the heart candy and he opens it, he's like, oh, it's a heart. He's like, oh, and then the sheriff's just looking like, oh, he's just he's curious. It was very strange.
Yes.
Do you think this is a good date movie?
I do. I mean, for people like us, I guess. I don't know. I don't know if the general population would look at it as a date movie, but I mean, I definitely would.
I don't know though. You got to remember, this is the time probably when drive-ins were still pretty popular. People were probably going to the drive-in.
Yeah, but when they go to drive-ins, most people at that time weren't really watching the movies.
That's true, but it still was a drive-in movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you think about the characters? What was your favorite character? Hey, maybe you don't know their name.
I don't remember their names, but I like the guy with the mustache.
The mustache guy. The
Yeah.
guy looked like he was 40 years old.
Yeah,
compared to the other
yeah.
kids. Like that's what was funny too, because they kept calling them kids, but
Right.
really they're not kids. They're like young adults. They're adults.
Yeah, that it's like that with a lot of movies that you see where they have 30-year-olds playing the role of teenagers. And yeah, they definitely did not fit the part
Well,
age-wise.
Some of them did, I think, but that guy with the mustache, he definitely just did not. He looked like he was like in a chaperone
Yeah.
or something.
Yeah.
Also, too, I wonder like why are they're minor workers, but why are they organizing a Valentine's Day dance?
Well, it was because the town is Valentine Bluffs.
Yep.
And Valentine's Day is probably something that is very special to them just because of the name of their town. So they were organizing the dance. I mean, if you look at the sign too, it says population was only like 3,000 something. So it was a very small town.
That's like the town where I grew up in.
Yeah.
It's funny how the town too. It would make sense, I guess, because the town's completely decked out in Valentine's Day decorations. You would never see any.
Oh no.
Like maybe in retail stores during Valentine's Day you'd see the decorations, but
Yeah.
like the laundromat was all decked out. It
I
was
know,
funny.
and just streamers everywhere and hearts everywhere, and yeah.
That must be their Christmas. When they had like the title screen with like the dates leading up to Valentine's Day, the day before Valentine's Day was Friday the 13th.
Yeah, you pointed that
I thought
out.
that was pretty funny.
Yeah, I would have
Definitely.
never noticed that on my own.
The movie itself is a mixture of Friday the 13th and Halloween, because you got like the characters. Because you know what I always liked about and I have a new appreciation for this when I got that Friday the 13th collection, we watched it. The characters in Friday the 13th 1 through 3, I would say, are like the best characters in a slasher movie. I feel like because they're funny and like you actually kind of care about them a little bit. Like they're not
Yeah.
they're there to get killed, but they're not. They're all likable, kind of. I mean,
Right.
And that's the same with this movie too. Like all the characters are pretty likable. I'd say there's not really any. I mean, I guess there are one-dimensional characters, but they're all pretty likable. I feel like they're not really super annoying.
A little bit annoying.
I guess
When
but
they're in the bar and they're they're drunk and drinking, they're a little bit
yeah.
annoying.
When they're doing the what's that game called?
With the knife and the fingers.
Yeah, who does that?
We did that in like 6th grade.
Yeah,
Well, the girls didn't do it. The guys did, and we would watch them.
We did that with a pencil. I think.
Yeah,
when we were-
yeah, that's what they would do it with in school.
Yeah. What do you think of the bartender? The bartender that tells the story.
Oh, well.
He was funny. There's always some
yeah,
creepy old
exactly.
guy in these movies.
Don't go there. Beware. You've been warned.
It's and that's why I like those movies. It's like every slasher formula cliche thrown together, but it's still a really good movie for some reason. Like I don't know what it is about.
It's
this movie.
almost like a slasher comedy in a sense.
It kind of is. I
Yeah.
don't think it was intentionally meant to be funny, but there
No.
are moments of it that are funny.
Yeah.
And like, what about the random romance storyline too? Like with the girl. Like I feel like that was just kind of thrown in there. Just to
Well,
have a
yeah,
story.
they seem to have something like that. I
Yeah.
mean, there's even in like the Friday the 13th, there's usually that couple and the guy cheats on the girl or she catches him in bed with another girl and she runs off, and then that couple is the one that Jason gets next.
Yeah.
He kills them, but yeah, and even in Halloween, which Halloween was it with Jamie's big sister and her boyfriend, and he was with the cop's daughter.
Oh, yep.
Yeah, and
oh,
they
yeah.
got
Halloween 4.
Yep.
Yep. Yeah, I remember
So
that.
there's always some kind of stupid boyfriend girlfriend backstory in every one of these kind of movies.
Yeah, but come on, nobody gives a shit about that. They just want to
No.
see the kills.
Right.
And there are some, I gotta say, there are some really good kills. The bartender guy, when he gets killed, when he puts up that fake dummy, and for some reason he finds that whole thing hysterical too, with like the open the door and the what do you call those? The pickaxe gets raised up.
Yeah.
I don't know why he found that so funny, but then you knew that was coming too, like when he just kept raising it up, and there's like
Right,
and he goes
right.
back again, and like the guy kills him,
Right.
and like it goes right through his face, and the eyeballs popping out. Like that was really cool.
I just went going back to that hot dog scene. It was a good kill scene, but the only reason that it kind of grossed me out, and I don't usually get grossed out by kills, is just imagining what the hot dog water tasted like.
Ugh. Even without the guy's decapitated head in there.
Right.
Like
right.
what about boiled hot dogs in general are just disgusting.
Oh yeah.
I don't like boiled hot dogs. If you like boiled hot dogs, you're a sicko.
Yeah.
I'm sorry,
Yes,
but they're just
you
they're
are.
nasty. How many skulls would you give this movie?
Out of 5,
Yes.
I would give it 3.75.
3.75.
Just because of, I mean, if this were 1989 right now, I would probably give it 4.5 stars. But being as it's 2024, and I would give it 3.75. Just because the acting was a little bit over dramatic.
Well, you got to remember too, this was 81, so this would have been the height. I mean, the slasher films were, well, obviously slasher films were pretty popular still, and this was the height of when they had the holiday themed slasher films. So this must have been 81. So this probably was. I'm trying to remember when Friday the 13th came out. I want to say
That was around 81, wasn't it? The first one?
I think so, or 80. Yeah, it was definitely 80 something. And then Halloween was out, of course. So this was the height of the slasher film, and then the holiday themed slasher film. Like this movie, I read that it wasn't even. It was centered around Valentine's Day, but it was called something else. But they ended up changing it to My Bloody Valentine to kind of cash in on that whole holiday themed.
Now, when I was looking for the graphics for our lovely T-shirts here,
JunieBoone.
I saw something about it being called Valentine Bluff. Is there a remake of it or something that was called Valentine Bluff?
No, but they did remake it in 2009 called My Bloody Valentine.
Okay.
And,
well, there's something out there that's called Valentine's Bluff, and I meant to mention that to you earlier, and I forgot.
I'll have to check that out.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I guess I would give it, I want to say 4 stars, just because it's not a perfect movie, but it's a fun slasher movie. It's one of those movies where I could probably watch it multiple times and not get sick of it. Like when I reviewed Deadly Friend, I was telling you about how I watched that 3 times and I got really just tired of watching it.
I know. I just watched it once and I was good.
Yeah, this movie though, I could watch it multiple times and not get sick of it. It's a fun slasher film. It's got some creative kills. It's a mixture of Halloween and Friday the 13th, because like I said, the characters, and there's a lot of POV shots, like
just the Canadian version of it.
The Canadian version of well, what's interesting too is I think I told you about Black Christmas. That was that's a Canadian slasher film, and that was made before Halloween. And a lot of people say that John Carpenter, who made Halloween, kind of took the inspiration from that movie. So, and what's interesting too is Black Christmas, the guy that made that movie was going to make a sequel to that movie, and it was going to be centered around Halloween. So, all these little cool little tie-ins to with these movies. So yeah, I guess that's it. Make sure to like, subscribe, and follow, and definitely check out JunieBoone. I'll have a link in the description below. And that's it, guys. Happy Valentine's Day. Spend it with the one you love.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. Thanks for checking out today's video, guys. Let me know in the comments section what you think of My Bloody Valentine. Do you like it? Do you hate it? Do you love it? Let me know. And also, feel free to share some of your other favorite Valentine's Day themed horror films. I know there are a few out there. And please like this video and subscribe if you haven't done so. I definitely would appreciate that if you would do so. Until next time, guys, happy Valentine's Day. I hope you enjoy it and spend it with the one you love. Bye-bye.